everybody, it's 7 Acre Shop Guy here, back in the 7 Acre Shop. And we make lots of things around here, not just fishing gear. Here are 3 little items that I've made over the years. Carving, wood, spoons. Here's one that's just started putting together. Now these are functional. My wife uses them all the time. We've given them to friends and they're always impressed by them. So they're actually something that you can use. It's an old tradition. It's a Scandinavian tradition, and spoons are among probably the earliest tools ever made, because one of the first things man decided he needed to do was to feed himself, and so hence the eating utensil. Now the problem with these is that when you get them carved down inside, it's extremely difficult to get down in there and sand it and you get a nice, soft, straight, flat, smooth surface. So what we're going to show you today is how you can put a sanding device together yourself at home very easily that you can use on a Dremel tool to get into the bottom of any of these curved surfaces. It doesn't have to be a spoon. It could be a bowl, maybe you turned on a lathe, cups, salad bowls, whatever they might be, and make them nice and smooth so they'll receive a finish and clean up very nicely when you're all done using them. Okay, now the reason that you're going to want to make one of these devices to sand with is to take all the scratches and the roughness out of the bottom of one of these spoons, and they're extremely difficult to get down in there and to sand smooth by hand. So this is an attachment that'll go on just a small Dremel tool, and it'll make a very, very nice, smooth, glassy surface on the bottom to receive a finish so that it can be cleaned up very nicely. Parts that you're going to need in order to put this together are pretty simple. This is the top of a 1-pound coffee can that I've cut the outside edge off of. A 5-inch hook and loop sanding disc. A Dremel tool buffing wheel and a mandrel shaft. And some contact cement. Now this is the one unit that is going to take some time to make, and this is just a piece of steel pipe that I've taken on a grinder and cut a bevel so that this inside edge is not razor sharp, but is capable of punching a hole through one of these discs or this plastic coffee can top. And I'm going to show you how that's done, but here's the result. This is the coffee can punched out. This is the top of the buffing pad, and those will both go on the mandrel. This is something that I did leave out, unfortunately, but this is the loop piece of Velcro. This is the hook part that's going to stick on the top. And here's how we're going to cut this out. You're going to take this pipe, put it on this piece of Velcro, and then hit it with this teeny little baby hammer. Very, very hard. Really going to strike it hard. So you want this unit not to be on a tabletop, but on a concrete floor. And that's where we're going to go next. Here we are on the floor, ready to smack it a good one. This, by the way, is a piece of oak, which will take the brunt of the force. And there you go. Now the sanding disc. And there it is. And the coffee can. And now you have your 3 parts that you're going to put together on the Dremel mandrel. Okay, now we're going to assemble. There's a little screw that comes out of the end of this mandrel, which Pops right through the plastic. This is the piece that came from the coffee can lid. Then it goes through the felt, which came with the mandrel for the Dremel tool. And then this just screws on together. And there's that unit. Now we have the hook portion of the Velcro, which never wants to come apart. And that sticks right on top of the coffee can. And so you have this unit, which you can see flexes. This is the disc that's cut out of the 5-inch hook and loop sanding disc, which fastens right on the top. Now the unit's assembled and is ready to go into Dremel, and we're going to show you the result and what this can do. Okay, now this is a spoon that I've started, and I'm going to turn this unit on. Now this is an extendable shaft off of just it's a Perform Axe. I think this one actually came from Menards, but it's just a simple Dremel with a flex on it. You can use it directly off of the unit itself if you so prefer, but I find this to be quite a bit handier in order to move around. And you'll see that I can sand through the curves on the bottom and up the sides and take all the scratches out of the bottom of this. You can even use it on the outside, but it's far superior use is on the interior portions of the spoon. You can use whatever grit sanding disc that you want on this. I've used anything from 40 up to 320. You could go higher if you can find them. You can see from the flex on this that as you run it up the curves on the side, it doesn't cut in and make ugly, nasty gouges or scratches on the side of the bowl, of the bottom of the spoon, the bowl, the goblet, whatever it is that you're sanding. So it's pretty useful for contoured surfaces. You can also use it on concave, convex surfaces on the outside, but on the outside it's much easier just to use regular sandpaper. So this is pretty handy device to use on the inside of any curved surface. So this is what you're after, finished product. And as far as the finish goes, my personal preference is boiled linseed oil. But in any case, if you have any questions, let us know. If there's anything that pops into your head that you think we might have tried, let us know and we'll give it a shot. Like us on Facebook and subscribe on YouTube. And this is 7 Acre Shop Guy saying, see you next time.